Hello, adoptee community. I am having a hard time recording this video because we need a huge overhaul of the words that we use within the adoptee community. And we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get a dictionary that uses appropriate words to describe relationships or even the experiences that we go through as adoptees. Anyway, I ran into a story the other day about Christopher Carroll Kiwix and Amanda Carroll Kiwix. Both have left this world, and it's sad to see that they took the lives of two seemingly Asian looking children along with them. Some people make the world a better place by leaving it, and I just wish that that had not been the fate of those two children. I normally check the news in the morning as well as nighttime before going to bed, and I have not seen anything related to this story. It's hush hush because adopted children are involved. Nobody cares because the adoption industry cannot be disturbed. The money has to be made, so nobody cares. Apparently, this happened on the 23rd or the 24th of July. And again, it's hush hush because the European descendant people that live in the US insist on continuing this system. They refuse to share the facts of the reality of what the experience of being adopted is like. And going back to not seeing anything about this on the news, I think of censorship. They don't want people to know about things like this. Nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. The people that keep their children and take care of them are busy with their own lives. And the people that are benefiting from the system of adoption don't want people to know about the reality. They don't care. Once they make their money, they don't care. Majority of the people that adopt children are miserable predators. And they say that misery loves company. They just want somebody to be miserable along with them. And I am certain that nobody ever went to visit these two children to check whether being in the hands of these two monsters, this Christopher and Amanda, to check whether their placement was appropriate. It is shameful. Nobody cares until it's too late. And too late for whom? Too late only for the children because they're gone. There is no parent to check on them. Look at what they called the children. Caroline and Ella. Those don't sound like Asian names to me. There's no doubt that their names were changed, their papers were forged. So even if their biological family wanted to check on them, they don't have the capacity because they don't know their true identity. But the European descendants insist on continuing the system, continuing to hand children to these monsters that are sexual predators and enjoy the ability of being able to pay for their victims. A lot of the children get essayed, or this happens. What will it take for society, for people to realize that this is unacceptable? And it is so disgusting to look and see, because based on the pictures that they've taken, you can see that these were miserable, unhappy people because they were only able to have boys, and so they felt they need to take somebody else's child, or rather children, in order to fill the void that they had in their lives. Good riddance. Why is it acceptable for them to take somebody else's child just for their own pain, for their own misery, for their own suffering? I see postings of their large house with a pool, and I guess that appeals to the international community. Nobody's gonna take care of your child for you. The grass is not greener anywhere. Adoptees and the biological family are the only ones that can have an impact to ensure that future children do not suffer fate like supposed Caroline and Ella suffered. Those don't sound like Asian names. My adoptive dad wanted to change my name. I refused. I said no. I was 11 years old. Again, there is no green grass. The grass is not greener anywhere else. We need to take care of our own children. I'll say it again. There is no reason why women around the world should hand their children to European descendants in the US, because all they have to offer is essay and death. someone was making commentary and saying that Christopher had no criminal history. Well, guess what? White people get away with whatever they want. Of course, he didn't have a criminal history. Like, what do you expect? Of course, his life is perfect. I cannot stand when people talk like that. He didn't have a criminal history. Yeah, because they get away with whatever they do. Why should there be a paper trail? Why should he have been tracked? They are immune from doing evil things. So take care of yourself, take care of your family, or this is what you get. I hope that these children are in a better place. It's unfortunate to see the ways in which society has failed them. Nobody cares.